91% of businesses now use artificial intelligence, and yet 80% of them say it hasn't touched their bottom line. Nearly 9 in 10 managers report zero change in productivity. Everyone got the most powerful tool in a generation, and almost nobody's calendar got lighter. Economists have seen this exact mystery before, 40 years ago. Because the problem isn't the AI, it's that there are 4 kinds of AI users, and most people never leave level 1. In 1987, Nobel economist Robert Solow noticed something strange. You can see the computer age everywhere, he wrote, but in the productivity statistics. And it had happened before with electricity. When factories first got electric motors, they bolted them onto their old steam era layouts. Same building, same shafts, same belts, new motor. Productivity barely moved for nearly 40 years. It only exploded when factories redesigned the entire floor around the new power. We are making the same mistake with AI. We bolted a thinking machine onto our old way of working and kept typing questions into it, like a search engine. A landmark study of 758 BCG consultants found AI raised the quality of their work by 40%. But on tasks outside its strengths, AI users were 19 points more likely to get the answer wrong. Another study found experienced programmers using AI were 19% slower while believing they were faster. Same tool, opposite outcomes. The difference isn't the model, it's the user. Picture a pyramid, 4 tiers of AI users. Tier 1, the asker, treats AI like Google. One question, copy, paste, forget. Tier 2, the prompter. Better instructions, examples, iteration, but starts from zero every single chat. Tier 3, the system builder, teaches the AI once and it remembers forever. Tier 4, the orchestrator, doesn't use AI, directs it while the work runs on its own. Anthropic's own usage data says the shift is real. Full task delegation now outnumbers back and forth collaboration for the first time. So let's climb this pyramid through 5 people you already know. Meet the consultant, sharp, senior, and drowning. Her AI chat history is a graveyard of 40 message threads. Every one of them starts the same way. So, for context, she's re-onboarding her assistant every single morning. That's tier 1. The fix? Stop chatting, start building. In Claude, it's called a project. She uploads the client files, the brand deck, her writing samples, her standing rules, once. Now, every new chat starts already knowing her clients, her format, her voice. Next, the weekly report she rebuilds every Friday becomes a skill. A skill is a playbook file, her structure, her tone, her checklist, followed perfectly every time. And every correction she makes gets folded back in. So every mistake it makes once. Then she schedules it. Every morning at 6, Claude reads her inbox and calendar and writes her briefing. By the time she sits down, her day is already triaged, prioritized, drafted. She didn't get a better AI, she climbed the pyramid. Meet the builder, a developer with a side project and no weekends. Tier 1 for him is autocomplete, snippets, syntax, Stack Overflow with better manners. Here's what Tier 3 looks like. Claude's context window holds 1,000,000 tokens, roughly 750,000 words. That's not a code snippet, that's his entire code base, read in one sitting. He describes a tool in plain English and an artifact appears. Working interactive software rendered live beside the chat. Prototype in a sentence. Iterate by talking. The legacy system nobody understands anymore? Dropped in, logic mapped, translated to a modern stack. At Tier 4, agents write the code, run the tests, and fix what fails while he reviews. But remember the frontier. Those developers who got slower were trusting without verifying. The builder's rule: delegate the work, never the judgment. One person shipping like a product team. Meet the founder. One person wearing 7 hats. She can't afford a CFO, a lawyer, a marketing agency, or an analyst. So she builds an advisory board out of one subscription. Business plan in, and Claude stress tests it as a skeptical CFO, then a growth marketer, then a risk analyst. Rent for the boardroom, $20 a month. The contract a client just sent, first pass review. Hidden fees, liability traps, one-sided clauses flagged in plain English. 500 customer reviews? Pasted in, patterns out. The product flaw nobody had time to find. Her marketing runs on a skill trained on her voice. One podcast becomes newsletters, posts, and landing pages that sound like her. None of this replaced her judgment. It replaced her overhead. In America today, more than 1 in 3 new startups is founded by a single person, and 38% of 7-figure businesses are now run by solopreneurs who swapped hires for AI workflows. The team didn't get cheaper, the team became optional. Meet the creator. Great on camera, buried off it. For every hour of filming, 10 hours of everything else. Research, scripts, titles, thumbnails, comments. Tier 1 is asking AI for 10 video ideas and getting 10 generic ones because it doesn't know her. Tier 3, a project holding her past scripts, her analytics, her audience research. Now it writes in her voice and pitches for her audience because it's read everything she's ever made. A research skill turns any topic into a sourced brief. Claims, counterpoints, citations, before she writes a word. One long video goes in. A week of platform native posts comes out. An artifact tracks her whole content pipeline. A live dashboard she never updates by hand. And every Monday, a scheduled task reports what worked, what flopped, and what to make next. Her camera time didn't change. Everything around it compressed. One person, a studio's worth of departments. Meet the researcher. 200 papers to read, one brain to read them with. Tier 1 is the trap every professor warns about. Write my essay. Useless, and it misses the point. 1,000,000 tokens is 3,000 pages, an entire semester's reading held in one conversation. Tier 3, a project per course. Lectures, readings, her own notes in one place that remembers. A study skill that never hands her answers. It questions her Socratically until she finds them. The literature review becomes a living artifact. Every new paper slots into the map. She asks Claude to argue against her thesis and finds the weak points before her examiners do. Used at Tier 1, AI does the learning for you and you learn nothing. Used at Tier 3, it's the tutor everyone was promised. The difference was never the tool. 5 people, 5 completely different jobs. Look again, they made the same 4 moves. Give it memory, teach it your playbook. Make it build, not just answer. Then let it run. Remember the factories. The power sat there for 40 years before anyone redesigned the floor. The ones who moved first didn't have better electricity. They had a better layout. The model isn't what separates people anymore. The tier is. So, which one are you?